Don't, I delete them all. Delete, swipe, swipe.
No, I think it's.
Dynamic right now.
Got it. Reconvene from executive session. Be it resolved that the board reconvenes from public session. Have a motion?
Motion.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are now in public session.
Yep. Nothing there. Nothing there.
Okay, we're going to start the night off right. President's report. Woohoo! It's going to be very short. It's going to be very brief. But please join us at the athletic department for collegiate athletic signing event on Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. It's from 11 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. in the Anthony Gymnasium. Family and friends are all welcome. Signing seniors will wear their college gear. I'm so looking forward to this, to see the class of 2024 do their signing, to watch the excitement of the families, but most importantly, to encourage the kids to go do their best like they've done here in Piscataway. So looking forward to it. So anyone who can come join me there, I'll be there with some pom-poms and a loud voice. Don't worry about it. I won't embarrass you at all, but I'm going to make my presence known and cheer them on. And that concludes my president's report for tonight. Next on the agenda, we have the superintendent's report.
Sure. So just to piggyback on the athletic signing, when the list gets out a little closer, we're still almost a month away from that, and they're ever changing, especially with kids, still choosing colleges to go to. There are multiple signings throughout the year, and this is the last one for this particular year. So you'll get a list from me on the kids, what schools, and a reminder when it gets closer. So. I have just two things for my superintendent's report. You have a yellow program, and you had an invitation in your binder last month. This is the Kanakamak's Choice, and Dr. Ritchie did a wonderful job. If you look, there's 29 students in here, and the program is designed to recommend and honor students who just make a teacher's day better for whatever reason, whether they ask them how they're doing, whether they smile, whether they're hard workers, whether they're polite. One in here is a recommendation and a honoring a kid because he held the door for someone who had her hands full, right? So it's just really nice, and many of these kids, won't get recognized for academic awards or athletic awards. So it's really nice that they're honored for being good people. I think that's really, really important. We talk about it all the time. I mean, we could. One of our goals is to produce good citizens, and this is a really good attribute to that. So when you get a chance, read through it. Nothing for you to do, nowhere for you to go, but I just wanted you to have what the teacher said about these kids. Okay? And the second part is our annual wellness summary report by Dr. Laura Heimlich. I will turn the floor over to her, and we'll have a little picture PowerPoint when she's done. You all have a 2-page, actually 4-page, stapled together report. She will review that and answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you. So I'm honored to reintroduce myself as a district wellness policy coordinator. Is one of the responsibilities that I have as the supervisor of counseling and health services. So I provided the report that you have before you, which is going to go into more detailed information about our alignment across all of our school buildings with our district wellness policy 8505. We are, our district policy is aligned very well with the Healthy Hunger Free Kids Act and the Smart Snack Standards, which is in accordance with the guidance that is set forth by the United States Department of Agriculture. So the members of the District Wellness Committee included myself as a district policy coordinator this year. There was one principal, one nurse, 2 parents, 3 students, 1 PE teacher, and our food services manager. Each school has their own school wellness policy coordinator, and they collaborated with our committee to provide the information that is contained in the report that you received. So the goals in our district policy are aligned with nutrition promotion, nutrition education, physical activity, and our nutrition guidelines. So our wellness committee collaborated to support each of the schools in Piscataway to evaluate their compliance and goal attainment, and also their progress made towards the goals in our policy that are set forth. offer recommendations to any changes that they might suggest for our policy, and provide an action plan for the following school year. So I'm happy to report that all of the policy goals in our district policy have been attained for the school year, and all of our schools continue to develop a very strong commitment to educating students regarding healthy nutrition, providing activities that involve physical activity throughout the school day and beyond, encouraging overall wellness in students, and health and wellness education activities are developmentally appropriate according to the grade level, and they also engage our families and our community members. So the slides show here before you just give you a little bit of an overview at the different grade levels of some of the activities that we'll see in place that aligns with our district policy and demonstrated our progress and attainment of those goals. I want to give credit to our board student representative, Tanvi, who actually created this PowerPoint for us. So she's our PHS student. She put this together for us. So starting with our elementary schools, we'll see here at Knollwood what some of the things that you'll see throughout the building, as well as especially in the cafeteria and on the lunch line, are the posters that align with the balanced plate and healthy nutrition. We have students participating in a Zumba class that happened to be a very fun glowing Zumba class that they shut the lights off for afterwards, and it was a big hit there. They have a walkathon. Some of these things are connected to fundraisers that were going on at Knollwood. This is just a brief snapshot of some of the things that Knollwood did this year. Grandview had some things to highlight as well. They had a live garden growing in the school, which they then took from, where the students were involved in that, and they made lunches that they gave out to the kids, and they explained how this aligns with nutrition standards and our balanced plates. They had a presenter come in for a fun assembly about making healthy choices. They had a walkathon. They also had a dance-a-thon that the community was involved in as well. Over at Eisenhower, we had a family fitness night where we had our family Olympics. I think Nancy joined that as well. In the hallway, we had over there, it was still there, we have a path, that little path that you'll see. It's a sensory path, so the kids at different points during the day, aside from PE and aside from recess, might just need a little break. So that's a sensory path that they're able to walk around on, and there's little steps that prompts them to go forward. You see that one of the teachers showing off her steps towards our district goal of the steps that we were walking. We have our Buddy Ball program, which is a fantastic program that I believe you're aware of that occurs at Eisenhower School, which engages members of our students with special needs, as well as student volunteers that come to support the sports that are involved there. We have a great parent turnout and a lot of support for that. At Randolphville, we'll see the students on the bounce balls. Dr. Slivko is a big fan of basketball, so part of his positive behavior supports is that he engages kids in basketball games there. You'll see the posters at Randolphville as well. In our 4-5 schools, again, you'll see posters throughout. The visual aids are so important at that age to just go back to that shared language of what we expect and what we teach with regards to nutrition. We have them also at MLK, and you'll see them throughout the district. Again, this is just a little snapshot highlight on some of the things that you'll see that demonstrated our alignment with our goals. In our middle school, Kanakamak had this great event where it's a fundraiser where we had basketball, this group that comes and does trick shots and involves the students in that. That was part of a reward system they had in place there. At Shore, they boast their reset days, so students that have demonstrated academic progress are able to engage in these reset days where they have a lot of physical activity and games. It's so nice to see the middle schoolers out there almost playing recess again. And at Quibbletown, we have similar events as well. Quibbletown had a parent fitness night. They also had a fundraiser as well with the basketball component. And then we have there our football coach coming down to recruit some kids, maybe have some interest in going out for sports when they come up to the high school. And at PHS, our older kids still like to play. So this is an example of the field day that they had in their gym time at Piscataway High School. It just emphasizes the different aspects and opportunities for physical activity. So all of the schools attain their goals. We thank for putting this presentation together for us today. The schools have developed goals to continue to demonstrate their wellness activities into next year. The Wellness Committee does not have any recommendations to change our board policy. It is completely aligned with the Healthy Hunger Free Kids Act and the New Jersey Department of Agriculture. And we did a great job this year, and we'll continue doing that moving forward. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Laura.
Next on the agenda is public comments for school district's budget. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and school matters of the community interest. In support of this position, the law established a period of public comment at every board meeting. Individuals wishing to speak must state their name and municipality. Comments are limited to 3 minutes duration, but an individual may speak a second time after all others who wish to speak on the topic have been heard. The board may require that individuals register to speak prior to the beginning of the meeting. Participants may submit written material in support of their position. All statements and or questions shall be directed to the presiding officer, and no participant may address or question board members individually. All speakers are requested to express themselves in a civil manner with due respect for the dignity and privacy rights of others whose legal rights may be affected. Please note, while it is not the board's intention to stifle comment on matters of legitimate concern to the school community, the public should be aware that if their statements violate the rights of others under the law governing defamation or invasion of privacy, they may face personal liability to the injured party. If speakers are uncertain of their legal ramifications of their comments, the board urges them to seek guidance from their own legal advisor. Can I have a motion to open public comments?
Motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Being I see no one here for public comments, may I have a motion to close public comments?
Motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
And it's, public comments is closed. Next on the agenda, Dr. Connors.
Yeah, public hearing and final adoption of the 2024-2025 school district budget. And I just want to remind everyone that on March 14th, we sat here and our business administrator and superintendent gave a presentation on the 2024 tentative budget, and we went through it. It was submitted to the executive superintendent of the county, and it was approved. And so tonight what we're doing is we just opened it up for public comments, but there were none. But now I will ask, and then everybody in their packet got the book, which is the fiscal year 2025 operating budget. So I will say, be it resolved that the following motion identified as item B be approved as presented. And this is the resolution approving our school district budget and certification of the 2024-2025 tax levy.
Second. Mr. Secretary, can you please take the vote?
Mrs. Scordino?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Ms. Rashid?
Yes.
Mrs. Salgado Cowan?
Yes.
Ms. Stafford?
Yes.
Ms. Rivers?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Dr. Connors?
Yes, but I will point out that there is, if this is the new,
It's 2 errors.
there's 2 errors, yes, on terms of the reading of
We'll be corrected.
I'll fix it in the minutes, yes.
yes.
Ms. Cherry?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Personnel and Labor Relations, Mrs. Salgado Cohen.
Be it resolved that the following motions identified as items A through C be approved as presented.
Second.
Mr. Secretary, can you take the roll?
Mrs. Scordino?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Ms. Rashid?
Yes, abstain from B.
Ms. Rivers?
Yes.
Mrs. Salgado Cowan?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Stafford?
Yes.
Dr. Connors?
Yes.
Ms. Cherry?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Public comments from the floor. Can I have a motion to open public comments from the floor?
Motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Okay, second of public comments. Being I see no one in the waiting room for public comments, can I have a motion to close public comments?
Motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we have no committee reports this evening, so next on the agenda, we have the approval of minutes. Ms. Loretta Rivers?
Yes, be resolved that the following minutes be approved as submitted. Business meeting, April 11th, 2024. Executive session, April 11th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
Be approved.
Fiscal planning and operations, Dr. Connors?
Be resolved That the following motions identified as items A through C be approved as presented.
Second.
Mrs. Secretary, can you take the roll?
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Sheed?
Yes.
Ms. Rivers?
Yes.
Mrs. Salgado Cowan?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Stafford?
Yes.
Mrs. Cordino?
Yes.
Dr. Connors?
Yes.
Ms. Cherry?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Policy, Ms. Smith? There was no policies, right?
No.
Curriculum, Mr. King?
Be it resolved that the following motions identified as items A through D be approved as presented.
Second?
Secretary, can you take the roll?
Ms. Rivers?
Yes.
Mrs. Salgado Cowan?
Yes.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Stafford?
Yes.
Mrs. Cordino?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Sheed?
Yes.
Dr. Connors?
Yes.
Ms. Cherry?
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Okay, next we'll have, there's nothing under pupil services. There's nothing under administrative and auxiliary. Old business. Anyone with any old business?
Madam President, on our board certification, I have some good news.
Okay.
Our field representative from New Jersey School Board sent us where we're at, and what we're trying to do, remember we had 4 years to actually do this, to get the 16 credits. Because we had also done the strategic planning and the board self-evaluation, she added some more credits to that. So we are 12 out of 16, so there is a possibility
We could
that
pull
we
this
will
off this
be
year.
able to finish it in less than a year.
Awesome.
And so my next step will be, I will recommend, I'm going by that,
List.
yes, this list of topics. What?
Why a couple of years? Why not a couple of months?
Well, no, they give you 4 years to complete it,
Wants to finish it within
But
the
but he
year.
wants to finish this year.
Okay.
To December, right?
Yeah.
As long as he
Yeah.
doesn't bring
See,
up the
what-
month of May or June, we're okay.
Yeah, what they're doing is that they realize that there's elections each year and that the boards change, so they allow you like a longer period, so you get at least 7 board members present and the superintendent, and then they give you that leeway. But I think it's great that the group of us all together be part of it, so we will have all been part of it, and
When
that's
did
pretty
we,
good.
when did we start the process?
April of last year,
Okay.
so we're low,
We
you know.
did pretty good. This is
Yeah,
only
so we're
April
doing
of this
pretty
year.
good.
Yeah, so in 1 year, we're 12 out of 16.
Yeah, and everybody has these topics, so what I'll do, I try and make it timely, you know, like the policy was the last one, and I'll pick a couple more that, whatever's going on, so. And that's good news.
Thanks, Tom.
Oh,
Fantastic.
no, please, some things for the administration to do. We have to do, we have to do that policy
Policy
check.
check.
And then just show that we've satisfied Department of Education, some monitoring, and we're in good shape.
Okay, very good. Anyone else with any old news?
What?
Anyone with any new news?
Or something. We had our CUSAC visit from the county yesterday, and went very well. And I want to publicly thank the cabinet, Dr. B, Lotman, David Oliveira, Colleen. Fabulous job. I met with Kyle Anderson yesterday, and each one of his county members met with their respective people from the county. They weren't here very long because of the efforts of Bill and his team putting things together beforehand. But I just want to let you know, it's a big deal for us to make sure that the county looks at Piscataway in a positive light, and that we're doing things according to the policy, the regulations, and, you know, things went very well yesterday, so I just wanted to bring that.
Thank you, Dr. Ranelli. Just want to acknowledge everyone, Dr. Baskerville, for the work that you put in for CUSAC, but the whole organization of Piscataway that has to do their part, and everybody contributes a little, and we achieve a lot. And let's just keep that momentum going, which we have for many years here in Piscataway with CUSAC. And it's a great feeling to know, okay, when they come in, they're here very shortly, they get what they need to get, and they're back out the door. So that's giving a light and shining a light on the individuals involved in the great job that everyone's doing. Okay, anyone else?
Madam President?
I'm gonna go to Nancy first time. I
That's all right.
got
I'm
you.
just saying I had a couple things
I just
there.
wanted to make a comment to acknowledge our board president. for being able to spearhead many of our women attending the the inaugural Women's Leadership Conference that we attended at New Jersey School Boards, and showing great leadership as our Madam President. We were all there and really did learn a lot, and were able to process some of these things that we'll be able to utilize over the next year or two on our board. So thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
Dr. Connors?
Just a couple advertisements. It's important for board members to be out into the school community, and in our package, there were a couple things. One was the Piscataway High School Spring Sports Senior Nights, so I emphasize again, if you can make any of these senior nights, that's great. And then the second thing is that something that happens every year that the superintendent hosts is our volunteer recognition night. And so if you could make that, that's great as well, so.
That's May 6th.
It's May 6th, 6 p.m.
Hey, anyone else with any other new business? If not, can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
That's record.
Giggity.
Record that.
Giggity.
I guess we met many times this month already.
Yeah.